Okay. In this lecture, we will be discussing about the pharmacological effects of opioids, analgesics on central nervous system, on hepatobiliary system, and urinary system. Okay, first come towards the effect of opioids on the CNS, central nervous system. Okay, the first effect on the central nervous system is alteration of pain perception. जैसे हम सब लोगों को पता है कि ओपियोइड एनाल्जेसिक्स जो होते हैं ये क्या करते हैं, ये बेसिकली पेन की ट्रांसमिशन को क्या करते हैं, इनहिबिट करते हैं। इस तरह ये पेन की परसेप्शन को कम करते हैं। तो वी कैन राइट अल्टर्स द पेन perception. Okay, second pharmacological effect on the CNS is sedation or drowsiness. Sedation or drowsiness. Because we all people know that opioid receptors are present in the CNS abundantly. ठीक है, तो जब opioid receptor के ऊपर opioid analgesic CNS में इफेक्ट देते हैं तो जो हमारा CNS होता है वो डिप्रेस हो जाता है। Because we all people know that the opioid receptors are inhibitory in nature. In this way sedation happen. इस तरह sedation होती है। क्यों? क्योंकि सारा CNS opioid के रिसेप्टर एक्टिवेट होने की वजह से डिप्रेस हो जाता है, जिसकी वजह से हमें नींद आती है और हम ड्रोजीनेस फील करते हैं। ओके, नेक्स्ट फार्माकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट ऑन द CNS is euphoria. This is the very complex mechanism that how euphoria happens with the use of opioid analgesics. Okay, euphoria. I will be discussing the mechanism, so everyone has to be vigilant. Euphoria. So I am going to discuss about the mechanism that how euphoria is associated by the use of opioid analgesic. Euphoria means rewarding effect. It is also called as rewarding effect. Rewarding effect means we feel pleasure. As we all people know that when we talk about pleasure, we definitely think about dopamine. Okay, so there will be the all complex phenomena associated with the euphoria is डोपामिन, जो सारा प्रोसेस होता है ना वो डोपामिन के इर्द गिर्द घूमता है, ठीक है। जब डोपामिन का लेवल ब्रेन में ज्यादा होता है, कहाँ पे मैं अभी डिस्कस करूंगा। तो जब ज्यादा होता है ना डोपामिन ब्रेन में, कहाँ पे, मिजोलिम्बिक सिस्टम में। मिजोलिम्बिक सिस्टम इज द सिस्टम ऑफ ब्रेन, आई विल डेफिनेटली डिस्कसिंग राइट नाउ। तो जब उसमें डोपामिन के लेवल ज्यादा होता है तो वी फील rewarding effect or euphoria. Now how it happens, this is this is the part of the brain that is called as prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal prefrontal cortex. Cortex. And this prefrontal cortex is associated with uh, glutaminergic neuron. Glutaminergic neuron means that uh, neurons will be going to release glutamate. Okay, glutamate. Okay, there is an other brain part. There is an other brain part that is called as ventral tegmental area. This one is ventral tegmental area. Ventral tegmental. It is also called as VTA. VTA. Ventral ventral tegmental area. Okay, and this ventral tegmental area is associated with a neuron. Okay, and this neuron is dopaminergic neuron. Means this neuron releases dopamine. Dopamine. This is dopamine. Okay. There is an other brain part because you know this is the complex mechanism, so try to grab it. This is an other brain part, and this part is amygdala. 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 And this amygdala is associated with a neuron that is GABAergic neuron. That is GABAergic neuron. And this GABAergic neuron is having a check on ventral tegmental area. This one, ventral tegmental area. Okay. This is GABA. And this is GABAergic neuron. GABA, GABA neuron. Okay. There is an other brain part. There is an other brain part that is called as nucleus accumbens. Nucleus accumbens. This one. Okay. And this nucleus accumbens is associated with GABAergic neuron as well. Okay. This is nucleus accumbens. Nucleus accumbens. Accumbens. And this nucleus accumbens is associated with GABAergic neuron. GABAergic neuron. Now I am just only this time telling you people on the anatomy that how these parts are connected with each other and that how they communicate with each other with different neurotransmitters. As you people can see that there are different type of neurotransmitters associated with these different parts of the brain. Some parts are from midbrain and some are from cortex, some are from forebrain, etc. etc. Okay. And this whole system, listen, this whole system is called as mesolimbic system. This whole system is called as mesolimbic system. Why this is called so? Because I think this ventral tegmental area is from midbrain or mesencephalon, and some other parts are associated with other brain parts. So that's why this is called as Mesolimbic pathway. And limbic system is present near the thalamus. Okay, midbrain. This is the part of midbrain. So that's why it is called as mesolimbic, because some parts are from midbrain and some parts are from other parts, thalamus, etc. etc. Midbrain. Okay, so that's why it is called as mesolimbic system. Mesolimbic system. Okay. So there is an other brain part. Come to us again the story. There is an other brain part that is called as ventral pallidum. That is called as ventral pallidum. This is ventral pallidum. Okay, and it is associated with dopaminergic neuron. It is called as VP. VP. Ventral pallidum. Ventral pallidum. pallidum. Okay, and it is associated with some dopaminergic neurons. Okay, means that, listen very carefully, when in the ventral pallidum the dopamine level gets raised, will people feel pleasure? So this is the main point basically, this ventral pallidum. Now all parts are connected, I will definitely discuss it. Okay, ventral pallidum. And dopamine neurons. Okay, now listen the story. Now listen the story. when when there is no euphoria, when, listen, when there is no euphoria, what basically happens? From amygdala, from here, from amygdala, it is going to be stimulated. Means that when we are not feeling pleasure, this circle moves. The amygdala or the neurons associated with amygdala, these are GABAergic neurons, definitely. Okay, so these neurons releases GABA. Okay, when GABA is released, this ventral pallidum, listen, this ventral pallidum gets inhibited because of this GABA. Okay, when ventral pallidum it's inhibited, it is not able to release dopamine because it is inhibited. When dopamine will not be released, this nucleus accumbens will be activated. Why this is activated? Because here dopamine D2 receptors are there. Okay, and these are inhibitory in nature. Means that when ventral pallidum will be activated, nucleus accumbens will be inhibited because D2 receptor are inhibited. But when the GABA will be released, ventral uh, tegmental area will be inhibited, dopamine will not be released, nucleus accumbens will be activated. Okay, when nucleus accumbens will be activated, the GABAergic neurons associated with nucleus accumbens will release GABA. Okay, and when this GABA will be released, ventral pallidum will not be activated. Ventral pallidum will not be activated. So when ventral pallidum will not be activated, dopamine from ventral pallidum will not be released, and we will not be feeling pleasure. हम उस time pleasure feel महसूस नहीं करते. Okay. What basically happens with opioids use? So on these dopaminergic neurons, which are associated with the nucleus accumbens, these contain opioid receptors, as we people know that. Opioid, opioid receptor. Okay. So definitely when we will be using opioid analgesics, this neuron or nucleus accumbens will be inhibited. When nucleus accumbens or the neuron associated with nucleus accumbens, which is GABAergic neuron, will not be able to release GABA. When GABA will not be released, this nucleus accumbens will be activated. When this nucleus accumbens will be activated, it will release dopamine and we feel pleasure. This is the mechanism of euphoria that is associated with opioid analgesic. Okay. Now come towards next mechanism or effect on biliary system. Biliary system. System. As we all people know that this is liver, and here is gallbladder. Here is gallbladder. Okay. From liver, a duct is drained, which is called as hepatic duct. This is hepatic duct. Hepatic duct. This is gallbladder. This is gallbladder. And this gallbladder now combines with the hepatic duct and makes the common bile duct. Common bile duct. And this is cystic duct. Cystic duct. Okay. Now this common bile duct, you all people know that opens in the small intestine. So this is the small intestine. And through this common bile duct opens in the small intestine through a sphincter. Listen, through a sphincter that is called as sphincter of OD, which is called as sphincter of OD. This is sphincter of OD. Sphincter of OD. ODDI. Okay. And this opening of sphincter of OD is associated with the release of acetylcholine from parasympathetic neurons. From parasympathetic neurons. Acetylcholine, and this acetylcholine is associated with the dilatation of this sphincter of OD. Dilatation of the sphincter. Okay. This is the parasympathetic neuron, which releases acetylcholine, because we know that this system is associated with rest or digest. So all the content or the bile formation which is coming from uh, bladder and liver is drained into the small intestine through this sphincter, and this sphincter opens by the parasympathetic system by the release of nitric oxide. Okay. On this parasympathetic neurons, opioid receptors are present. Okay. And opioid receptor also present on parasympathetic sympathetic neuron. When these opioid receptors will be activated, parasympathetic stimulation will be blocked. When parasympathetic stimulation will be blocked, acetylcholine will not be released. Acetylcholine will not be released. When acetylcholine will not be released, this sphincter of OD will undergo contraction. Uncontrolled contraction, because parasympathetic system has been blocked by opioid receptor, or acetylcholine is release has been inhibited by opioid receptor contraction. And we people know that when there is the spasm or contraction of some parts of the body, this is called as, or we can say that the pain is always associated with this phenomenon. Okay. So when the sphincter of OD contracts, it is associated with pain. Okay. That is called as biliary colic. Okay. Biliary colic. Colic mean pain. So these are two pharmacological effects of opioids on central nervous system and biliary system. Okay, if you people uh, enjoyed this lecture, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.